Hey, so I wanted to give a quick demo of some of the stuff that I've been working on for Quake 3 Quest. First off, when you see what I'm showing you here, a couple of things are not in the menus; they're enabled in the config file, specifically forcing player models and colors, both team and enemy. You're going to see all the enemies are going to be Doom, or sorry, all the enemies are going to be Keel, and all the teammates are going to be Doom. That's not a default. That's not on by default. It's just one of those things that I felt like implementing from baseq3a. I'm going to be showing things that are specifically supported by baseq3a or Mission Pack Plus servers. I have versions of both of those that have specifically the damage indicator, like the damage numbers on my servers, and hoping to get those merged in. Otherwise, they work in single player or on a, God forbid you run a server on your Quest, or all this is also on Q3VR for the PC VR port. Anyway, I'll show you a couple of things that we added off the bat. You can actually adjust your HUD scale. You can scale it up, you can scale it down. I like 1.5 personally, is where I like it. Smooth follow is the feature that I added, where you can kind of rotate the view around the player that you're following, as opposed to it just kind of shifting the camera. You do need strong VR legs for that, I will say. Game options got a lot bigger. There's a crosshair size adjustment. You can make it ludicrously large. I actually like the half size, so it goes from 0.5 to 2.0. You can change the color. If you change the color to white, you get the health, like showing your health, how damaged you are. Down here, the modern blood spatter effect. The classic is the blobs of blood on the screen. The modern is the idea from the Discord that was suggested to kind of use the vignette basically to show damage direction, so it'll be more intense. If you get shot from the left, you'll have more red on the left, and so forth, so you can kind of figure out what direction you're being shot from. So if we go in here, I'll go ahead and get started on just the base game. But again, the thing that's showing the enemies in a particular color. Hey, by the way, I'm not a YouTube personality. I don't know. This is not scripted or anything. I'm probably going to forget some things. I'm going to stumble a little bit. This is just to get the video out to the Discord that I promised. So the first thing you'll notice too is the loading screens work. This was one of those things that just kind of bothered me a little bit, and so this is now. You can see enhanced prediction enabled in the top left there. So you see that the enhanced prediction enabled thing, that's specifically the baseq3a server.
You are tied for the lead. Excellent.
The dead body darken features from baseq3a as well. Mission Pack Plus has all the same things. You can see the damage numbers. Alright, that's enough of that. So you can see everything's forced here. By the way, the transparency that was kind of borked in the previous version, all the players actually show up directly in the floating HUD now, which is nice. In the bottom right, you can see I'm playing on a server that's running on my LAN, so 0 milliseconds there, 2 milliseconds, and the latency indicator there on the bottom right. You can actually see that. What else is going on? I'll show you the follow. If I go in here, spectator just works the way that it always did. I think that if I remember right, the movement here was a little bit weird before. Also, while I'm showing you movement, the thumbstick on smooth rotation, you can control it much more. Like if you want the default sensitivity, if I press it a little bit, I can turn it quite slow, but if I press it all the way, I can do a 180 very quick, which kind of eliminates the need for the 180 turn binding, the U-turn binding. So I'll go ahead and follow. So this is smooth follow. Oh, that's interesting. So one of the models didn't get loaded appropriately. That is oh, that's right, because when you're following that model is like seen as a player. The player themselves is not team or enemy. But all the enemies will change. Right, you can't tell because it's not a teammate. But you can actually see the model specifically here. So that's smooth follow. Also note that when you go into the menu, it freezes the view. This was a thing that I thought was super weird before. Like when you would bring the menu up, you would move your head around a little bit. It would move the view in the virtual screen, which made it feel less like you were looking at a movie theater screen, and more like it was very disorienting. That's too many keels. So that's all of this. Let me show the other follow modes. So you can press X to switch follow modes. This one's kind of fun. Obviously, whenever you're actually watching the game here, if you lose sight of the player, the game is only transmitting what's visible to the player, or likely to be visible. So if I go over here, stuff could happen that I'm not going to be able to see. So if you press B, it'll put you right behind the player that you're following. So you can kind of keep tabs on them. Kind of cool. First person actually works right. This is a great place to show you that at the top right there is a unit per second. Like this is a CG draw speed that shows you your movement speed. I put some work in to make sure that you can get to full 320 units per second on some sticks. Lower than max speed before. That's everything worth seeing here. Let me go to the team mode. So the thing about Team Arena is that the UI code is kind of modernized in a lot of ways, and so one of the things that I wanted to get ported over here, but there's all the same sort of options that you would expect. You have the smooth follow options down here this time. HUD scale, all the stuff that you would expect. You can go down here. Sorry about the lack of alignment here, but there is just no room to shift this to the right. So if anybody has any ideas, I'm open. So if we go in here, go to one of my servers. Oh, also curl support is in there. I think I haven't downloaded this one yet, so you'll see how it's not limited to the UDP download speeds when it downloads the map. It should download very quickly. You didn't even see it download because it's on the LAN. So here you'll see the team colors and the enemy colors. All of this gracefully degrades just fine with vanilla Quake 3 servers. Again, these damage numbers, though, those will only show up if you have the server support for it, or you're playing single player, because the built-in server supports it. See here. See if I can find some teammates. We're blue right now. Sometimes it takes a respawn before that works. I'll look into that. So, what else do we have over here? Right, so all the same stuff that I showed you before. I think the interesting stuff, so again, notice the camera is locked, which is a lot more noticeable in Team Arena whenever that's not the case. I fixed the player color indicator over here. It was broken before. It moved out of sequence. It showed the right colors, but it just didn't quite right. Same over here. You've got your crosshair color. I can show you the ludicrous crosshair size very easily here. I'll change the color to, let's say, yellow. HUD scale changes. All the same things that we were talking about here. Turn smooth follow on or off. Also, the target identification is locked to where you actually point the weapon. I know in Q3VR that was broken. I'm not sure if it was broken here or not, but like whatever you aim the crosshair. Look at this ridiculous crosshair. That's a chonky boy, very chonky. So we're gonna go back and toggle all of this though. Same as the other one. Okay. So, trying trying to think if there's anything else worth pointing out here that I kind of take for granted. Now, I've been playing on this build for a while, so a lot of the stuff that happens here, I'm just used to at this point. I'm happy to share all the graphical mods that I'm using. One of the things that was fixed as well that had been broken before was that here's something that's cool. So I have the thumb rest touch detected. By default it is where'd she go? So by default it's set to +Alt binding, which means that you can use all the buttons, so both left and right thumb rest can turn on Alt. So you can use all the buttons, the thumbsticks and such, to set up alternate bindings. The one that I did for my server, so I have an Archon password set, and I can actually change the bots. Like if I want to get rid of bots, for instance, I can change you can see up here the min players. I can change while I'm pressing the Alt up in the top left. I can make it so that there's 4 people on both teams.
1 frag left.
And I'm doing that via Archon passwords and some auto-exec config settings. The Quest doesn't love hosting 8-player matches. It's kind of a little jerky, but also I'm recording at a pretty high res right now. And I can change. You can see it just downloaded another map, I think. Yeah, it just downloaded another map. It's just super quick now with the curl support indicated built in, integrated on it. There we go.
3, 2, 1. Fight. Red leaves are tied. Red leaves are tied.
So I can set the min players to 1. It'll kick all the bots. It'll be a 1v1 in a moment. Yeah. Can make it back to, I think my default is 2. Set it to 2. You get the idea. I think that's everything worth showing. Anyway, sorry, like I said, this wasn't a very polished demo, but here we are. Thanks for watching, and I hope you get a chance to try it out and enjoy it.